Hi guys and welcome to episode 8 of my Barcelona Football Manager 2015 playthrough. We have got some good news and some bad news for this week's games. The good news, we'll start off with that first, just to give us all a wee boost, is that Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid both dropped points in the game yesterday. So absolutely delighted with that. So we've got a chance now to go second, or I suppose Valencia have still got to play as well, but we've got a chance to gain up to within 1 point of Real Madrid and to also go 4 points ahead of Atletico, which is amazing. Now on to the bad news. It had to happen. It was the only time that we couldn't afford it to happen. Munir is injured, a thigh strain, so we're going to have to look at alternatives for who we put up front in this game because Luis Suarez isn't back yet. So it's going to be interesting for this Leganes game. I think it's quite okay that it is against Leganes because they're not that good. If it was, I'm more concerned about the Olympiacos game on Wednesday, but I think we can get around it. I've got a way of getting around it. I think I'm going to put Lionel Messi up front. Was my thinking behind it, and maybe Halilovic on the right. I'm not sure whether I should do Halilovic or Rafinha. That's just a consideration for myself that I've got to take into account. Rafinha's been chapping at the door asking for more game time, saying that he wants to go if he can't get game time. But at the same time, I need to be confident that he's going to be good enough. Suarez has returned to full training, but he's not going to be even worth a shot today. I'm going to, because it was a pretty bad injury, so I'm going to try and keep him as fresh as possible. So what I'm going to do, as I said, is, let's see, Rafinha. Right, okay. Tell you what I'll do. I'll give him a game. He wants a game, I'll give him a game. And Lionel Messi can go up front. That's fine. Quite happy with that. Again, we're against a team that's one of the sort of lower down teams. Oh yeah, Vermaelen picked up an injury as well on international duty, gashed leg, so he's out. So this kind of forces my hand a wee bit. I'm going to play Marlon from the start, and I'm going to bring in Umtiti to play on the bench. So, you look at all these conditions, that's because they all played in the Barcelona B game. So, at least these guys are getting some game time, Chimney, or was it he played in under 19s, I apologise. But, there's a lot of them that have played in the B side, I think. No, maybe it is just the actual under 19 side they've been playing in, but they've been playing games anyway. So that's a nice way to keep them fit anyway. But Rafinha's obviously not that physically fit at the moment. Match sharpness isn't great, so I've got Halilovic on the bench. I just think give Rafinha a shot. He's been asking for a shot, so we'll give him it. That's fine. So onwards we go to the Leganes game. This is part of a triple header, remember, in this episode. Looking forward to it, I think. We've got some good talented players out there. Sergio Gomez yet again playing in that sort of Iniesta role for games like this, games against the sort of lower half of the teams, so that then we can push Iniesta forward into the bigger games where perhaps some other points that I'd love to make is that this board and chairman are fantastic. Let's see. The board and chairman have been fantastic. They've basically allowed me to do everything. I've been given free rein to employ new coaches, to upgrade the training facilities, to get more junior coaching, physios and scouts. They've added another couple for us to have. It's just fantastic. I mean, the upgrade to the training facilities is going to be really handy in producing the best players we can. So hopefully that'll bode well for the future, and if they can keep on, giving us what we want, then I'll not be complaining. All that I've got to do now is make sure that on the park we're doing the job that I'm paid to do. So here's Gomez, ball into Rakitic, out to Neymar. He's got Messi in the middle. Here he is, Lionel Messi, out to David Alaba. Ball in, Rafinha. That's why he was wanting to play. That is the kind of attitude that I like to see. When the ball's down the left, the right winger gets flying into the box. And the ball's down the right, the left winger gets flying into the box. That is what makes a really good, fluid team. And that is what makes it 1-0. Great ball across from Alaba. Took out 4 defenders there. And Rafinha got right in front of the defender. And it's 1-0. Delighted. Corner. Kicking about in there. Oh, they're going to clear it. And it comes to nothing. Corner again, Neymar. Marlon. Yes, get in. 2-0. Fantastic. And it's just things like that, second goal of the game, that kind of thing that just kills it off, makes it slightly easier for us, and also allows us to play our tiki-taka football and really pull teams apart. It's also this kind of scoreline that if it gets any higher, then we can start making substitutions and getting the younger guys on. Neymar goes through. What's he going to do? Can he pass it back? Oh, greedy. If he just cut that back to Messi, it was 3. But I mean, I suppose that's what you get with the likes of Neymar. Marlon nearly got the end of that as well. So we're looking okay actually in this game. We're looking pretty confident, comfortable on the ball. Neymar, pull it back. Messi, yes, 3-0. That's it. Half time there's going to be substitutions being made. The kids are coming on. I'm delighted with that. I mean, that was a nice finish there. Alaba, great play. Into Neymar. Gets to the byline. We cut back. And there's Messi slotting home. We'll take that every day of the week. Because there's a lot of games coming up. And I don't want players to be missing out on because of injuries or anything. So sustained during the game. So I'm going to pause it here and make the subs. I just think it's wise to do it at this point when we've PK took a knock, so I'll take him off for Titi. I'll give Halilovic a game. Well, no, I won't. I'll give Iniesta a half. Well, no. What should I do? Montoya on for Azpilicueta. And I'm actually going to bring in Sergi Samper to replace Rakitic, because I don't think there's any harm in us, any chance of us losing this now. So again, I'm quite happy to just go with the flow on this one now. The team's playing well. We're on top. There's no reason to push things now. We'll just get the kids on. We'll see how they do, and I'll say kids. You bring on Titi and Montoya, but it's a slightly more kiddish team. Samper over at Montoya. Good ball in, come on. Samper. Oh, he's hit the bar. That would have been a beauty for Sergi Samper. Oh, he's hit the bar again. Oh, come on. There's a conspiracy here. This woodwork's moving a bit all over the place. It's rather irritating. But I mean, at least this means that we'll go second. Obviously, Valencia have got that game in hand, so they'll probably go ahead of us. But good save Ter Stegen, but Marlon's conceded the penalty. Oh, you fool. And Mascherano's been sent off. Oh my. I can only assume that's for back chat. Gee, thanks, Mascherano. That's made it all the more annoying. Yeah, he's been sent off for back chat after the Marlon. Ter Stegen saved it anyway. But Mascherano sent off, and to be honest, that kind of indiscipline was one thing that I was worried about with the likes of him, Montoya. There's a couple of other ones in there that I think are a bit headless chicken material. But I mean, that's one thing I've been trying to avoid was red cards and Messi should have been. But I mean, the game's less comfortable now than it should have been. But that's okay. We're still going to win. It's Neymar into Messi, and that's 4. Nice. That'll do, even with 10 men. We're solid. Messi gets his 10th of the season so far, which isn't bad. I mean, good ball from Samper, great ball from Gomez, then a wee slide drill pass from Neymar into Messi, left foot. He doesn't miss those. Lionel Messi is back, baby. So yeah, I mean, this is doing our goal difference a whole lot of good now. In Spain, obviously, they do head-to-head. This is the first decision on who, if the points are tied, but goal difference counts after that. So goal difference is always worthwhile, and it also shows just how well your team's playing if your goal difference is high, I think. And Neymar makes it 5, and that wraps it up. That's his 10th of the season now as well. So they two are, eachy peachy, and I think Suarez would be on about that as well if he hadn't been injured for so long. You look at, Munir must be on about 6 or 7 anyway, and he's just a kid. So free flowing football being played by us at the moment. I'm really enjoying the save, to be honest. Just for the fact that I'm not responsible for the transfer side of things. I'm basically having to just work with what I'm given, which is something that I've never tried before. In Football Manager, I've always been the one that goes out and signs the really good youth players and brings them up, that kind of thing. But to be given no choice in the matter is actually quite refreshing. So 5-0 win overall. Delighted with that. Mascherano back in the team. I'm happy with that. That result's really, really done well. So I'll come back to you guys in a wee minute once I've got to the Olympiacos game, and then we'll play that game, and then we've got the final game in this episode, which will be against Real Betis. So I'll see you guys shortly. Second game of the episode, guys. It's Olympiacos at the new camp. So we've had to make a couple of pretty enforced changes, really. Umtiti has come in for Alaba simply because Alaba was jaded, needed a rest. Sorry, and when I spoke to him about it, I said I'll leave him out for the next game, and he said, "Yep, I'm in need of a rest." So that's all good. And I've put Munir back up front. He's only 80% fit, but what I thought was I would bring him on for the first half and Suarez on for the second. So hopefully that will give us a wee bit extra sharpness up front as well. Messi's gone back to his natural sort of inside forward post on the right hand side. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now obviously this is again crucial. After getting 4 points out of our first 2 games, I'm delighted with that. So this is really, see where we're at the halfway stage in this tournament. and we can see what we can get done. Hopefully, we can bring this back up. You'll have noticed I've actually brought in Iniesta as well to replace Gomez, just because it is the big European game. I don't want to put the kid under too much pressure straight away. Good ball to Messi. What can you do early doors? Pass it to Munir. Ah, wayward soul shot that was. So we've got a chance here. Munir, Iniesta. Shocking a ball that, but Neymar's found it and he scored. That was a terrible ball over by Iniesta, I think it was, but we'll take that every day of the week. 7 minutes gone, it's 1-0. And again, guys, this is quite an interesting thing. I mean, that was a shocking ball from Iniesta, but the fact is that we were so committed there, and we've got pressing so high up the park that we managed to make them make a mistake, even though they were just it was actually good defending. So it's a major plus point for the way the system plays. Azpilicueta, that's shocking. Absolutely awful defending. Ball through and Marlon deals with it well. So Iniesta into Munir. Play it. Good ball. Umtiti, what can you do? Good ball in, and there's Messi, and that's 2. Fabulous. And this is what I mean by this attacking lineup. You know, we've gone for it. You know, I mean, this is similar to what Barcelona play in real life, I feel. It's very attacking, very quick passing, you know, it's all playing in triangles and things like that. So realistically, I think we're doing really well to play at this intensity and keeping players fresh. I think what happened with Alaba, his testament was probably going to happen to the other players in the end. They'll all need a rest at some point, but that's why we've got the squad we've got, and Messi makes it 3. And that's what I was meaning about why we've got this squad, why we're needing to keep players fresh, why we're needing to increase the amount of options that we've got, which is why in games against like say Leganes, Sporting, that sort of thing, we're able to play like say Gomez and things like that to give them more experience and basically make them first team players. So here's Mascherano into Iniesta. Plays the ball to Neymar, is offside. Thought that would have been 4 goals before half time. That would have been amazing. Rakitic. Iniesta to Munir. Shocking ball. Now they can break. Well in, Marlon. Marlon's actually looking pretty damn good. For Marlon will be lucky to get back in the side, to be honest. Because Marlon hasn't put a foot wrong yet. I'm one of these people that if you play well... Oh, Munir. How'd you miss? You know, if you play well and, you know, if there's a more senior player ahead of you, but he's not in the side, then I'll keep on with the kids because I see nothing wrong with playing them, because if they're at this club they must be good enough. There's a ball and good save ter Stegen, and again a double save by Marc-Andre ter Stegen keeps us 3-0 up. From getting to half time. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! I'm applauding that one. That one, Kasami. Well, let's see this on 3D because that was a perler. The ball in there, Kasami turns, and what a goal! I'm sorry, that's upper echelons. Hit the side of the post and in. No complaints about that one at all. The guy did really well to score it. So 3-1. Neymar makes it 4. Simple as that. You know, and that's why you stand back and applaud their goal, because that really was. I mean, most managers would be distraught with losing a goal, but I'm confident in my team in my way of playing enough to be able to say, no, that was a good goal. It has been relatively easy for us this half, but I'm happy with it. So now, Sergio Gomez can come on for Andres Iniesta. We don't need to risk him the second half. As I said, Luis Suarez can come on for Munir. No need to risk him overly. And I'll bring on Halilovic for Messi because the game's finished. This game is over. So I think just giving these guys 45 minutes worth of action, especially like Halilovic and Gomez, giving these guys action in the Champions League at such a young age can only benefit them. To be honest, I mean, they're playing in a good side. And Man City have just scored. We were expecting that, so they've scored again. So we were expecting them to win. So we're second on goal difference again. But I'm not really overly bothered about finishing top of the group. Top of the group would be nice, but not essential. What was essential from this game was winning the game. Putting that wee bit of a buffer between us and the team in third. I'd be confident with playing any team in the next round. Any team whatsoever. Good solid win, happy with that. And we move on to the next one. So, with that being said, guys, the next game's on the Sunday against Real Betis. So I'll just skip forward to that game and we'll get started with that. Final game of the episode, guys. It's Real Betis away. Now, made a couple of changes for this game, and also had to keep in Samuel Umtiti because, as you'll see, David Alaba is out with a strained stomach muscle, which sounds painful, out for 2 weeks. So, kept in Umtiti. I've kept in Marlon because he's been playing really well. I brought in Luis Gustavo, obviously, because Mascherano got himself stupidly sent off for arguing last week. I've brought in Carlos Elena to start instead of Rakitic, just to give the boy a wee bit more experience. He's been doing really well in the games I've played him in, so happy for him. And I'm starting. Luis Suarez is back. Amazing news. On the bench, got a younger bench than usual. Bravo, Olmo, Chume, Samper, Halilovic, Gomez and Munir. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, the more senior players you could say, Montoya, Adriano, Song, Rakitic and Rafinha could also have come in. But I just think give these guys a game, see how they get on. We're playing Betis, so they're seventh, so they're no mugs. You know, it's not like we're playing a team that's bottom of the table here or anything. They are in 7th place. However, I've got a feeling that, you know, with Suarez coming back, that divine trinity up front will be able to work wonders for us. And I'm just thinking that with the Champions League group the way it's going, we could focus more on the league with players like this, because our group's looking okay just now. So if we could get a couple of these guys playing games in the Champions League as well, similar to what we did with Gomez into the Champions League side to give him a game, I'd be more than happy with that. So let's submit the team and get started. So again, they're saying that we're the favourites for this game. PK's 200th game for the club. They've got some decent players. Ruben Castro, you've always got to watch out for him. He's a good player. Pick up where you left off, that's fine. And let's go. The fact that we've got Suarez back is just a big boost for us in general. You know, it's good for the team to see the Divine Trinity back up there. Nothing much happening in the first few minutes, which is never a bad thing, to be honest, because we've got enough talent to make it count. Oh, you're joking? The first thing that happens to Suarez is he's booked. I thought the first thing that would happen was he would score, but evidently not. It's Neymar. Oh, saved. Again, this is going to be a tough game. I think we're just going to have to break them down slowly here. I've got enough talent on that part to win this game. No doubt about that. There is a few younger players playing, but there's enough talent on that part to win this game. I'll be not happy if we slip up here. Get out there, do something. I'll bring on Samper for Elena. I mean, he's played okay, but I just think, Samper's got more experience, albeit slightly more. And I think he could perhaps set up something. Here we go, Betis. Got to watch them, got to be mindful here. Castro, good save by Ter Stegen. Needed to be. And this is what I was saying about the problems that we might have with a team like this. There are no mugs at all. Right, okay, we need to change it up a bit. It's not working at present. So, Suarez is doing okay still for that. So I'll bring on I'll bring on Chummy for Marlon to give him a first taste of action, and I think I'll actually bring on Halilovic for Suarez and put Messi up front. I just feel that we need them to offer something else, because Messi hasn't really offered anything in this game so far. So let's get back out there and win this game. Come on! Been very poor in this game so far. There's been next to nothing happening. And it looks like being 0-0, which is quite disappointing, to be honest. Get it away. Get it away, don't foul him! Well done, Luis Gustavo. Oh, I just thought for a second there they were going to snatch it out of the death. We are very deep. I don't know why we're very deep. We shouldn't be. Joaquin. Reyes. Oh, no. Good save, Ter Stegen. But, yep, it's going to be 0-0. A disappointing end to this video, to be honest. But it's one of these things that happens. Barcelona don't win every game, neither do Real Madrid. So it's just one of these things you've got to just take on the chin and accept it, move on, and hopefully win the next game to make up for it, really. Azpilicueta, now that just sums you up, mate. That is just awful. But not too disheartened, to be honest. I'll say aggressive, that wasn't good enough. That should kind of fire them up for the next game. It was a drop points because the day before Real Madrid had dropped points against Valencia, a 2-2 draw. But all that means is really that we're still all in the mix. There's 4 points separating the top 4. So that's not ideal, but we'll end it there, guys, and I'll come back to you with another double header of Espanyol and Olympiacos in the next episode, and then what I'll do is I'll do a single on its own El Clasico from the Bernabeu. So that will be an amazing match. So hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash that like button if you have, and I'll hope to see you guys in the next video. Cheers for watching.